you've made the decision to look around, review, do a little research on traveling for work. Maybe it is for you. Maybe you want to get out of your town. Maybe you want to get out of the big city. You need more money. You want to go, even if you just want to go somewhere temporarily. And that's exactly what I want to point out. So I've been traveling for a long time now. I've had my current job this will be my 5th year. And it gets me thinking, what would I do if I was starting over? Knowing what I know now, or say I get laid off or the company closes for whatever reason it is, what would I do with the experience I do have? Now, at the very basic level, my first thing is, because my family knows a couple people that work for them. It's a company called LabCorp. Now, I've got the Wikipedia page pulled up. It is an S&P 500 company out of North Carolina. They have many jobs. It's helpful if you just kind of read over a little bit of everything at your leisure. But one of the things I wanted to talk about on here is the traveling for work aspect of it, the courier driver. So what I did was I went, we're in Louisville, Kentucky, or at least I am. I'm not sure where you are in the United States. So they have a, if you look up just LabCorp, apply for job and put your area in, you'll get a few different things. Here, of course, phlebotomist. I guess if you're into that line of work, nurses, of course, and they some are negotiated salaries, some are kind of estimated. The courier / driver job, estimated salary 24 to 44K for full time. They do go off experience. What's been my experience is when you are signing up or applying for some of these jobs, sure, it would be nice if you had plenty of experience and you could start off at the 44K and work your way up probably over the years. But most likely, if you don't have any particular experience, you're going to start at the 24 end, which, again, maybe it's better than nothing. I don't know your situation, but overall, it's not a bad way to at least start, because all you're going to be doing is driving for the most part. It's not going to be anything strenuous. Let's just read real quick. LabCorp is seeking the courier to join in Louisville in this position. Pickup, transport, delivery of medical specimens, lab supplies, and reports. Of course, customer experience. But that's every job. If you have a customer, you have to be nice to them. It's a no-brainer. Now, one of the perks that we have at my company, unfortunately, I can't tell you what it is. We'll get into that later. But we have free cars. We get to keep them as long as we're employed, and they're free. The gas is free. The insurance is free. The car payment, I don't have it. Now, LabCorp charges $100 a month. They'll take it out of your check, like maybe $25 a week. I think is what he said. They just take a little bit out if you want to do it, something like that. And you can use it for personal use. Now, not having to pay the gas, I'm assuming, is what mainly the $100 is for. The insurance is already going to be paid by a company account, and the car most likely was 100% paid for. They took out what's it called? A fleet vehicle, right? Most likely they have fleet vehicles. They have contracts where they pay them all off, so they save money that way, and they kind of pass the savings on. So that could be something really. Even though it is $100 now, compared to mine, the job is not technical. Handle specimens in lab in a safe manner. Don't throw boxes or you're going to break stuff and they are not going to be happy with you. For what it pays, that's not that hard. It's not bad. The requirements, of course, are high school diploma, driver's license, 21 years old. Now, a good driving record, of course, you're going to need, but I don't know anyone in our line of work who doesn't have speeding tickets. At some point, you're going to get one. It's just a hazard. It's one of those things. If you're on the road 1,500 miles a week, okay, you're going to even get a false ticket. Like, I was pulled over once. I know I wasn't speeding, but it's a cop. You're going to get a ticket, period. So hopefully I haven't applied for this job because I personally don't need it, at least right now. So I don't know their rules. But I would definitely at least give it a shot. I mean, of course, if you have a DUI, nobody in their right mind's going to hire you for a driving job. It's just, that's over. So they do say previous driver or courier experience is preferred. That might not be the case if you have other experience. Like, customer service is a plus. Now, if they have this job posted for a month and nobody's applying for it, even if you haven't driven professionally, you're going to look real good if all your other ducks are in order. So don't count yourself out. Well, I didn't do it before. Okay? Keep going anyway. You know how many jobs I've applied to, and I ask them the reason why they don't hire me, and they say, well, you don't have any experience. I was like, okay, well, how do I get experience if you won't hire me? And they just kind of blank look at me. Ooh. Okay, so fight. Okay, don't take that for an answer. You know, somebody in that line has to give you a chance. It's just gonna take some elbow grease. You got to get in there. You're gonna have to fight for a start. But once you have it, you'll always have it. They can't take it away. So another couple of requirements, again, just organization, you know, reading labels, be on time, problem solve. You know, if you're not the manager, get on the horn, call the manager. Look, we got a problem. Let's fix it. Okay, what do we do? Here's the plan. And then up to 50 pounds. I mean, yeah, it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, there should be, on average, half that. I mean, your average woman can lift like 20 pounds, 25 pounds on average. Most of the specimens aren't that heavy, but they're just covering all their bases. Yeah, it is for second shift, that kind of schedule, just to kind of, yeah, this is just to give you a brief overview of what I would do, where I would start at. Doing jobs like these, even if it's for 3 or 4 years, I would always try to stay at a job for at least 3 or 4 years. One or two look a little shaky, but overall, if you wanted to move up and do something else with the travel industry, this is one of the places I would start on the low end, which, right, it's probably going to be easier for you to get the job than it is just to go into a technical field with no training. We'll get to that later. This has been Traveling for Work, Where Do I Start? Part 1. Yeah, that's all for today. All right, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.